I also want to be direct with the defendant, Mr. Cooper. You have an opportunity to give me that closure by telling me what my baby body is. If you have any heart left in you on her, before I leave here today, please give me that closure. Please tell me what my baby is, please.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the tragic case of 23-year-old Lacambria Toomer. Back in August 2022, the young mother vanished without a trace in Albany, Georgia. Eventually, police arrested her violently abusive boyfriend, Ryan Cooper. Even without finding Lacambria's body, prosecutors convinced a jury to convict Cooper of malice murder. Now, we are at his sentencing hearing. Lacambria's mother, Melissa Thornton, takes the stand to deliver her victim impact statement. Grab a seat because what happens next is absolutely gut-wrenching.
Good afternoon, Ms. Thornton.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your Honor and members of the court. I am the mother of Lacambria. I am here as a victim of what happened to my daughter. And as the grandmother of the child she left behind, my daughter's son, Jordan. I have lived through the unthinkable. When my daughter was murdered, Jordan was just a baby. The person who did this to my family is Jordan's father, and he's in his courtroom today. Now preparing for sentencing. He was found guilty on all 8 counts. Today I stand before you not only to speak about the crimes that occurred, but about the lifelong impact that has been forced on our family. Since the murder, my life has been shaped by absence and grief. Jordan and I had to build a new life out of his loss. Trying to care for him, raise him, and protect him from the pain that comes with growing up without his mother hurts. Nothing can undo what was done. Nothing can bring my daughter back. But Jordan deserves to know that he is loved, that he is not forgotten, and that the person responsible will be held fully accountable. I want the court to understand something clearly. This case is not only about what was taken from my daughter's life, it is also about what has been taken from us afterward. The chance to grieve properly, the chance to memorize her, the chance to have closure. Even now, the defendant refuses to tell where my daughter's body is located. He refuses to provide that one piece of information that will allow me to grieve with dignity. Closure is not just a word for me. Closure is where you can finally go, where you can finally mourn your daughter without uncertainty, where you can finally have answers. Without the location of her body, my grief have no resting place. Every day is longer than it should be. Every day I'm left to live with unanswered questions that should have been resolved long ago, Your Honor, and members of the court. I am asking this court to take this very seriously. When a person refuses to provide the truth after such a crime, it deepens the harm. It prolongs suffering and keeps the victim family trapped in uncertainty. A sentence that reflects the full seriousness of what he did across every count of which he had been convicted and the devastation it had caused. I also want to be direct with the defendant, Mr. Cooper. My daughter was not just a case number. She was not a statistic. She was Lacambria Toomer to me. And she did matter. Jordan deserved his mama. I deserve the truth. You have an opportunity to give me that closure by telling me what my baby body is. If you have any heart left in you on her. Before I leave here today, please give me that closure. Please tell me where my baby is, please.
It takes an unbelievable amount of restraint to stand in front of your child's killer and beg for their help. This case is what the legal world calls a no-body murder conviction. Historically, arrogant defendants thought they needed a physical body to prove the corpus delicti, a Latin legal term meaning the body of the crime. But that's a myth. Corpus delicti just means the state has to prove a crime actually happened, which can be done entirely with circumstantial evidence. Cooper's refusal to give up the location of Lacambria's remains shows a complete lack of remorse. And under the law, a judge uses that exact defiance to lock someone away for the absolute maximum time possible.
I'm begging you, tell me where my baby is, so I can go on with my life and Jordan can at least have a place to go. To memorize, I can't give my baby a purple burial. The message that the court sends matters to me, to Jordan, and to every family that hopes the justice system will protect children and punish those who destroy lives. My family has endured enough 4 long years. Mr. Cooper, 4 long years. I was on feet. I was on hands. I was in places I had no business going. I was in woody areas, walking in water. I was going to places I ain't even thought about going before. Day in, day out, I was out looking for my baby. Because that's what a mama's supposed to do. I was there 4 years. 4 hard years. If you ain't gonna do it for me, do it for your son. Do it for Jordan. One day Jordan gotta grow up. He gonna wanna know. He gonna wanna know where his mama is. He gonna wanna know what happened to his mama. He's already asking questions. Give us that closure. Have a heart. Just have a heart. Give us that closure. Do it for your son. You ain't gotta do it for me. Do it for your son, please. My family has to do it enough. We had carried this law for too long. I asked the court for a sentence that matches the severity of the crimes and long-life consequences that follow. Thank you, Your Honor, members of the court.
I know Your Honor heard the over a week-long trial and heard the evidence, but I do want to point out a few things in that. And one is that we all heard the pattern of violence that this defendant, the ongoing pattern of violence that he showed against Lacambria Toomer. We heard 3 incidences leading up to the murder, one 4 months before the murder, 2 of which he had a firearm with him. We heard the incident in 2021, in July of 2021 at the salon, where he pointed a gun at her, where he hit her in the head, causing I think they said goose egg or a hematoma on her head, where she had to run into a business half naked, beating on the door. And when they asked the defendant about it at the police station, he's laughing. He laughs about her injuries. He's even holding his hand. It's on video. We all saw it. That shows what kind of person he is, Your Honor. Then we get to the trailer incident in March of 2022. She's called for help. Lacambria is trying to leave the trailer with Jordan, who is a newborn baby at this point, while the defendant is beating on her, causing her to drop the baby. A newborn baby hits the ground. And then what does the defendant do? He walks up to Lacambria and he stomps her and he kicks her. That's the kind of person he is. Then we have her just 4 months before the murder having to run to her family member's house, where she gets there because he's been beating on her again. And EMT and police saw the injuries. When she got to her, I believe it was her aunt or family member's house, they said she was wet. She had wet herself. She was so upset. And these are just the things we know about. We don't know about all the other incidents. But these are enough.
Now the prosecutor is stepping in, and they are bringing up something very specific: prior bad acts. Under Georgia's Rules of Evidence, specifically OCGA, Section 24-4-404B, you generally cannot use a defendant's past crimes to prove they committed the current crime during the trial phase. But we are at the sentencing phase now, and those rules are relaxed. The state is legally allowed to remind the judge of Cooper's horrific history of domestic violence, like laughing at her injuries at the police station and making her drop a newborn baby. It's a strategic move to prove to the judge that this man is an ongoing danger to society and doesn't deserve a second chance.
Shows his ongoing increasing pattern of violence. There was multiple witnesses and evidence that showed that he's always got a firearm. He had a firearm at the salon. He had a firearm at the trailer tucked in his pants. We know he had a firearm when he killed her. And even after he kills her and disposes of her body, he's still got a firearm because he's got it in his lap when he's telling Tevin Davis about the brains on the roof of his car. The roof of his car, he's still driving around. That's the kind of person we're talking about. That is cold, calculating. I mean, there's just no other explanation, Your Honor. And when he's finally asked about her going missing, the only thing he says in the interview, well, I'm worried about my job. He's not worried about a son. He's not worried about anything. He's worried about himself, to the point that the next day he's already calling another girl. That's cold. This is calculated. It just shows the kind of person he is. You know, he goes on, even after killing her, hiding the body. He goes on hiding evidence, continues to drive the car, like I said, still carrying weapons. And then, you know, he didn't even care about his son. Well, did you call and ask about your son? No, I didn't. But he has taken Jordan's mother away. Jordan will never have his mother. Thank goodness he's got Miss Thornton and all of her family. But he has left him without a mother. And I think I cannot obviously say it as good as Miss Thornton's already said it, but basically Mr. Cooper, the defendant, has sentenced Melissa Thornton to life without parole. He has sentenced her to life with no parole from the pain of this incident, no parole from the agony, and no parole from the hopelessness that she still lives with and will continue to live with. And that comes from, just like she said, not knowing where her child is, not being able to have a funeral for her child.
And that incredibly powerful strategy worked perfectly. Following this heartbreaking testimony, the judge gave the prosecution and the family exactly what they asked for. In July 2026, 28-year-old Ryan Cooper was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 15 years to be served consecutively for concealing her death. As of today, Lacambria Toomer's body has still not been recovered, but thanks to the tireless efforts of her mother and the prosecution, her killer's life is effectively over. What did you think of the prosecutor's final argument? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button for more legal breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.